How's it going, everybody? Today we're going to take a look at the Nyjah Huston Skateboarding Résumé. I got this idea because I thought it would be kind of funny if skateboarders made resumes to apply to skate for new skate companies or whatever. Just a thought I had in my head. I'm also a really visual person, and I thought it'd be cool to just put everything in a resume format for a professional skater. So that's what we're doing today, and we're doing Nyjah Huston. So we're going to go right into it. Skating since the age of 5, Nyjah is known for his fearless approach, technical ability, disciplined mindset, and trick consistency. Widely regarded as the GOAT of street skateboarding contests after decades of domination. In the streets, Nyjah proves himself time and time again by skating the biggest stairs and gnarliest rails, showcasing his enormous bag of tricks and outdoing himself with each new video part. As one of the most prolific and decorated street skaters in history, Nyjah has rightfully earned his place as a true skateboarding legend. So let's start off to the left here, about section. Here's a little general information. Stance goofy style street skater, known for precision, consistency, contest domination. Signature tricks. I put kinked rails. He does a lot of switch and nollie heels, nollie heel crooks. Switch heel, switch crooks, switch frontside flips.
That's actually my go-to flip trick now. It's weird, switch frontside flips.
He has quite a few signature tricks, I'd say. These are his current or biggest sponsorships: Disorder Skateboards, Nike SB, Monster Energy. Awards and accomplishments: 2005 Tampa M winner, 2-time Tampa Pro winner 2014 and 2020, 15 times X Games gold medalist, 7-time Street League Super Crown champion, 2024 Olympic bronze medalist, and 3 times SB Awards for Best Male Action Sports Athlete. Some notable moments. Nyjah has over 100 Street League 9 clubs, meaning he has received a score of 9 or higher over 100 times in Street League history, which is way more than anybody else.
Nyjah going for his 100th 9.
There it is.
Welcome to the 900 Club, Nyjah Huston.
That's cool.
Century.
Oh my God, bro. 100. Holy shit, bro. That's actually crazy. Let's go. 100 more. 100 more.
NBDs, there's quite a few of them. On the top of my head, the switch lip slide El Toro. The Hollywood High stuff. And all the kinked rails that nobody else dares to skate. Let It Flow. Do you remember this? It was like a charity he did back in the day.
Water. Would you drink this? Looks pretty disgusting, right? This is what water looks like for almost 1 billion people. And the even sadder fact is that a child dies every 20 seconds from a waterborne disease.
It's not a thing anymore, but it used to be a thing where he created this charity and went to a bunch of different countries all over the world to give them free and healthy water. You can still donate, I see on their website, but it looks like their last trip was in 2019, so it's not a thing anymore, but good on Nyjah for doing some charity stuff. ACL injury and remarkable comeback. A few years ago, Nyjah had that ACL injury.
I get up to the rail, get a good pop. Literally, as soon as I hit the rail, my truck slipped off. Like, there was no time to change any way I was gonna fall or anything. It just all happened way too fast. As soon as I hit the ground, my knee was in so much fucking pain. I was tripping. I literally thought I was gonna look down at my leg and my leg was gonna be like fully broken.
And I thought it was quite remarkable. Well, maybe not that remarkable considering the amount of PT time that he got.
My daily life has just been going to PT every day. I literally go to physical therapy religiously. My knee, actually, as long as I continue to keep working hard at PT and stuff, my knee actually can be stronger than before, because they add something they call a seat belt in there, which goes next to your ACL and it prevents your ACL from like stretching and tearing. So who knows, maybe I'll be able to take even more impact, more sending.
For sure, it's a notable mention on the resume.
Whatever. Only kids care about that stuff.
Video games. Nyjah's been in quite a few video games. The Tony Hawk video games from Tony Hawk's Project 8 and forward. I found this one video showing his character's evolution in the Tony Hawk games. It was quite fun to see. I didn't know about this, but another video game thing that Nyjah did was he paired up with some play and go company and created this, or put his face on this skate for gold, basically gambling game. And you could play a demo on it. So I thought we could try it out right now. Press spin to begin. Where do I spin? Over here? Oh, yep, there he is. So this is basically it, I guess. Just a slot machine with Nyjah's face on it. And then over here I put some major video parts. This is not all of his video parts, but at least the biggest ones are his most influential or notable ones. But we're gonna leave this left section here and go into the more detailed history of Nyjah, starting with the Dreads era. Early 2000s, Nyjah received his first sponsor box at 8 years old. Element hooked him up, him and his brothers actually. A year or so later, he had the last part in the Elementality video, which was a huge deal. I mean, having the last ending part of an Element video at the age of like 9 or 10, that's insane.
Yeah, I mean, having the last part, like I almost felt weird having the last part because I had just got on the team pretty soon before that.
Right.
And I definitely remember some people hating on it because I understand. Like if I watched some video, if I watched like some big video today and then I saw this little kid have the last part, I'd be like, oh, what the hell? Like what did he do to deserve that, you know?
His parents bought a skate park. As most of us know, Nyjah's dad was like really strict when it came to skateboarding. He was a skater himself back in the day, in the 80s, and he's one of those parents that really wants their kids to live out their dreams. So he pushed Nyjah an insane amount to like throw himself down these stairs and shit, which basically turned Nyjah into what he is today.
I mean, you talk about your dad with like such reverence, the way that he pushed you and how like you're talking about you're 9, 10 years old and your dad's like just pressuring you to do like 13 stair handrails and like then pressuring you to backside lip slide a 13 stair handrail. Like, I mean, that, it's just so, you know, like I almost have mixed feelings about that because in one, it's like the helmet coming off. Take off your helmet, do a 13 stair handrail. Like in one sense, it's so rad because he made you into a beast.
Yeah.
And in another sense, it's like, whoa, like you were a little kid and he was like pushing some pretty heavy stuff on you.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think of it the same way. It really is like a love-hate thing because would I be the type of person and the type of skateboarder and like have the type of mindset that I do today if I wasn't raised like that? Most likely not. But at the same time, like it was brutal. Like I'll always be thankful for my dad being such a like supportive dad on me as being a skater. But being that young and being pushed to do the stuff that I did, and like for example, like being at a big rail. And like, let's say we're like on a road trip, like an hour away from home. We got to drive home after. And I'm just like, fuck, like I have to go for it. I'm like sitting there rolling up to this rail for like an hour, just scared as shit. But I'm just thinking like, I don't have an option because I'm either going to like send my body down this rail and at least try to do it, or he's just going to be pissed at me for like the rest of the day and on the ride home. So it's like,
every time you go up to the rails, he's like, hurry up, or is he just patient and waiting for you to do the
not hurry up, but like my dad carried this like very like stern, strong demeanor, and you can just tell by his facial expression that he's just like, dude, like you have to go for it, you know.
Good thing Nyjah really loved skating. Imagine being a kid and you don't even like skateboarding and your dad's just out there just, you have to Smith grind this 17 stair right now or whatever. So his parents bought him this skate park for him and his brothers to just practice at all day and become the best. Which leads us to 2005 when Nyjah won Tampa Am at age 10. You can actually find the video on YouTube. The quality is horrible. Quite interesting to look back on old Nyjah footage and seeing him doing tricks that he wouldn't typically do today.
I mean, honestly, I go back and watch my run sometimes. I don't really think I could do that run right now.
What do you mean?
Because I swear. Well, I just like have a different tricks now. I suck at heel flips. I did a heel flip front board in my run, so that's not going down.
Okay.
I was just doing heel flips when I was skating before this, and my buddy was like, "Wow, that's your heel flip." Sick.
That's amazing.
Don't do that again.
Yeah. Dude, they're so bad. You guys do not want to see me do a heel flip.
Heel flip front boards, heel flip front feebles and stuff like that.
Heel flip front feeble. If anyone knows, I mean, I'm sure you guys do by now, like I cannot heel flip anymore.
Let's see if Nyjah can heel flip. I've never seen this.
I've never seen that either.
Nyjah got on S shoes when he was a kid. He skated the SXLs a lot. He was the youngest ever X Games competitor at age 11.
It was intimidating, yeah. I would say that's the best word for it. It was intimidating just being out there with Cole and P-Rod. It's way different than being out there with a bunch of AMs that are kind of...
Was it one of the
like, I didn't really even know who they were, you know what I mean?
And then when he was like 12 or 13 or something like that, his dad, again, he was like, Nyjah, we're going to move to Puerto Rico. I'm going to build this cannabis farm and I want you to come with me. And Nyjah was like, no, I want to stay in California and skate for Element. And his dad was like, no, you're going to start your own company. So that's when they started I&I. Basically, Nyjah's own skateboard company he owned at the age of 13. This is what their boards look like. I have a feeling if you have one of those boards, maybe in a few years they might be worth something, considering they're a big part of Nyjah's history and considering the fact that Nyjah is one of the biggest skateboarding legends ever, right? So basically, he started his own company, turned himself pro on his own company.
That was always my dream, to just live in the Southern California area. And then my dad was obviously like all of a sudden like, oh, we're going to move to Puerto Rico. I don't really know still like what his thought process was on that. I never really got to talk to him about it fully. Okay. I remember, yeah, the whole Element thing was falling through and I was super bummed on it because I still like those guys. I was like, dude, I've been riding for this company since I was a baby. Totally. I still want to ride for them. I feel like that's only right. I think I was thinking it would be cool to ride for like just whatever board company, like a girl or a chocolate.
Yeah,
or just
What about Organica?
Someone, yeah.
What about, did Carl ever try to get you on Organica?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Carl did, yeah. And then my dad was like almost down for it, but wasn't like fully. And then he thought it was the right idea to start our own board company. And I just remember him talking about it and I would just kind of go along with it. But I just be sitting there like, dude, I'm 14. I do not need my own board company. Right. Like, it's just not necessary right now. 14 years old, like I'm not trying to be worried about having my own brand. And I'm just a kid, you know, like all I want to be doing is skating and filming. That's literally it. But it was hard to express things like that to my dad. So I was like, oh, I guess we're starting our own company, I&I.
But he didn't want to live in Puerto Rico. Something happened, so he moved back to California. Now we're over here. So he moved back to California, got back on Element, and the reasonable thing to do was to just give Nyjah his first official Element Pro board. I think he was around 14 at this time. He's back in California, back where everything's happening, and he just gets hungry and just starts stacking clips and winning contests. And this is where he really started his domination arc. Because when I did come back to Cali, I was on a mission. Rise and shine time. I was hungry jaw. He had the rise and shine part. First half of the part he filmed with his dreads, and then he shaved his dreads off, and it was like the end of an era. And the last half of the part is the new Nyjah, so to speak, the dreadless Nyjah, which brings us to the post-dreads era.
So killing the contest.
Yeah, well, I won that first street league ever in Arizona. I was 15, still had the dreads.
How much was the purse for that first contest?
$150,000.
Life changer right there, huh?
Yeah,
crazy.
Totally. Yeah.
What did you do? Did you go to Disneyland?
Early to mid 2010s. Nyjah got on DC in 2011. Apparently he didn't have a shoe sponsor for a while. I don't know what happened to S exactly, but Nyjah was buying DC shoes because those were his favorite shoes to skate in. So naturally DC was like, hey Nyjah, we're gonna hook you up. So Nyjah got on DC and he got some signature shoes. And this is his first DC Pro model. If you ask me, it looks like a classic skateboarding shoe from like 2010 or so, which is exactly what it is. A few years later, he came out with the Nyjah Tooth for DC, a little more slimmed version with a full toe cap. There's videos of him explaining the shoes and all that, but like all other skaters and their shoes, they all say the same thing, right? I wanted to make a shoe that really lasts, and I wanted to make a shoe that's really comfortable. They're not that interesting to look back on, but the shoe design is quite interesting to look at, to see how his pro shoes actually evolved through the years. This is around the time he dropped the DC Shoes Fade to Black video part, another legendary skate part, and this is also around the time where he kept on winning back-to-back gold medals.
It all comes down to this. Oh, defending his gold medal. Wow, that was so close. Unbelievable, Tony.
Like I said before, 15 times X Games gold medalist. He has the most gold medals, or he's tied up there with like a few other people with the most X Games gold medals ever. And also, like I said before, he's a 7-time Street League Super Crown champion. There is an upcoming Super Crown in a few weeks in December. Nyjah has a big chance of winning that too, so that'll be his 8th gold if he wins that one. And now we're moving on to the later 2010s. This is when he got on Nike SB. So we have the Nyjah 1 right here. This is the shoe that I think of when I think of Nyjah Huston. Then we have the Nyjah 2s, which personally, I like the design of the Nyjah 1 better, and I'm pretty sure the Nyjah 3s were actually an evolved Nyjah 1. I think they left whatever they did with the Nyjah 2s and went back to the Nyjah 1s when they wanted to design the Nyjah 3s. This is another color of the Nyjah 3s. And then the most recent one, the Nyjah 4s right here. Also, again, pretty similar to the previous ones. But as we can see, they are getting slimmer and they look more like a running shoe or a regular sneaker, I'd say. But the sole here is quite thick in the back. I didn't notice that before. I've never had a pair of Nyjah shoes. Love to try them. If I had to choose, I'd probably try the Nyjah 1s or possibly the Nyjah 3s. Actually, I'm not that hooked on the Nyjah 4s, basically because of this whole different color and different material vibe. I think it looks better when it's all just one thing like this. Anyway, we're going to be moving on here. So Nyjah is on Nike right now. It's mid-2010s. He's winning all the contests. He's dominating in the streets, releasing all these banger skate parts and pushing the limits, right? He's releasing the Till Death part, basically saying Nyjah is going to skate until death.
But I mean, I plan to still be out there for at least another 5 years competing, and then however fucking many years as possible, I'm going to be out there street skating.
Yeah.
I swear I'm going to be 6 years old, like grinding rails. No matter how much I get hurt or no matter what slams I take, I'm still going to want to live this life and skate these rails and do all this shit that excites me and challenges myself as long as I'm able to, you know, as long as I'm physically okay, I still want to be out there doing what I love.
The Olympics came around and Nyjah received the bronze medal in the 2024 Olympics.
These Olympic medals look great when they're brand new. They're apparently not as high quality as you would think. I mean, look at that thing. It's looking rough.
And Nyjah started his own company, Disorder Skateboards, which seemed like a natural thing to do, I'd say. Most successful pro skaters usually try to start their own skate brands. What I like about Disorder, though, is that they clearly have a vision or like a design or style that they try to go for. I've seen a lot of other skate pros skateboarding brands, and I feel like their designs are just not really there. I feel like they don't really care enough. It feels kind of like they want to start a skate company just because everybody else is doing it. But I do feel like with Disorder, Nyjah's really onto something, and with the people he's putting on the team and the style he's going for, it's clear that he has a vision, and I can really appreciate that.
When you start a skate brand nowadays, I feel like everyone tries to keep that balance between, you know, being a big, successful brand and like getting out there to non-skaters as well. But I would say it's really my job and something that I really care about to keep it an actual skate brand, keep it an authentic brand, and something that, you know, I truly care about. And, you know, I don't want to see our boards and clothes in like any shop out there just to get a check. Like I didn't start this brand to make money. I started it to have something that I truly care about and truly love, and want to continue it to be a successful brand and a respectful brand. I think that's like one of the most important things starting a brand, is just knowing the future you want for the brand, and just making sure that you have good people around you to keep it on the right path.
Back to the resume, 2022, Nyjah dropped the Need That part along with 2 parts for Disorder skateboards. And this is where everybody thought he was going to become Sodi. There was the Sodi drama, basically.
I'm telling this to Thrasher right now. If Nyjah's not Skater of the Year this year, I'm out. I'm done with you.
People say Nyjah was robbed for Sodi. But as we all know, Sodi is not a public vote or anything like that. It's the people at Thrasher choosing who they want to become the Thrasher Skater of the Year. In everybody else's eyes, Nyjah is or was the Skater of that year. But for Thrasher Skater of the Year, not so much, I guess. But I do think that next year, 2026, I have a feeling Nyjah's just going to put out a bunch of bangers and just really go for that Sodi. I think Nyjah has this natural drive to be the best, which makes sense because that's kind of how he was raised. He has the most Street League golds. He has the most X Games golds. He has the gnarliest skate parts. So I think he's kind of itching for that Sodi. That would just kind of like fulfill his career. And I do also think that he really deserves it.
It is, to me, so fucking insulting that you've never been Thrasher Skater of the Year. Like,
honestly, I hear that from a lot of people. I don't really agree. Most of the time when people get Skater of the Year, you can tell they really dedicate 1 year to getting that and 1 year to putting out like a lot of footage in a smaller amount of time. I never really like tried to get it. That's the thing, a lot of the times when people get it, they are like really like going for it.
Nyjah is one of the most gnarly and best skaters there is. There's no doubt about it. So obviously he deserves to win the Skater of the Year. But if something were to happen and Nyjah would lose all his money and break both his legs, he can feel free to use this resume when he applies for a job.
Skateboarding's trippy, man. I ask myself sometimes when I'm out there, like just fucking destroying my body, like jumping down some set or rail for hours, and I'm just I ask myself, like, why am I doing this? Like, why do we put our bodies and our minds through this much pain and stress, and just like what is the reason? And so what I've really came to the conclusion of is like it's more of like a need than a want. It's more like I really need to be out here doing this. Like, this is who I am as a person, and like I need this like challenge and this like excitement of trying these tricks and landing them and like setting your mind to something and making it fucking happen. Like, it really is something that you need in your life after you've had it for a while, instead of just being like, oh, I want to go do this trick. That's why my part I'm putting out, it's called Need That.
That is going to do it for the Nyjah Huston Skateboarding Resume. Thank you for watching this video. If there's any other skater that you'd like me to make a resume about, like I did with this one, please leave a comment down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good night.